Hi BookTube, it's Peg. I am back at the history shelf to do a tag. It is not Tuesday, it is a Wednesday, but better late than never. I haven't done a tag in forever, but recently I was tagged in a couple of tag videos going around, and so I decided I needed to get back on my game. So I'm going to do this tag, and then hopefully right after this I'll record the other tag. But this is the BookTubers Favorites Tag. So this is going to be fun because this is where I get to sing the praises of all my other favorite booktubers and do some shout outs, and so I'm very excited. It was originally created by, this tag was originally created by a Bibliophile's Journey, and I will link all of the relevant information below. And I was tagged by my good friend Bill Ruttenberg at the Ruttenberg Library, so thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. So let's just jump right in, shall we? The first prompt is, a booktuber you've watched the longest. So this makes for good story time, and hopefully I won't embarrass him. But I have to say, my introduction to BookTube and just not even knowing it existed, I stumbled upon, I was searching YouTube one day to, I love looking at other people's libraries, right? So I was, putting in keywords like, libraries, bookshelves, whatever, and I stumbled upon this video by this man named Johnny Keene, where he decides to take you on a tour, and he's holding the camera and he takes you down his stairs into the bottom library, the downstairs library. So any one of you who follows Johnny Keene, you know about the downstairs library, and wow. Just seeing the stacks of books down there. And I was like, well, who is this guy? And so he would just sit at his kitchen table, talk about what he's reading and writing, and I found that we had a lot of similarities as far as, spiritual reading, Christian reading, but also history. Had some interesting interests in fiction and nonfiction. I don't know. I just liked his style. It was just like, hey, this is Johnny. Another day in the death flow, and I still watch Johnny. So I have to say, I've watched Johnny Keene probably the longest. And just so Johnny opened up the world of, like, I'm like, so what's this booktube he's talking about, right? So, and I was like, typing all that in, and then I stumbled upon, I think, obviously Steve Donahue is also one of my longest time watching, but I think I was introduced into Steve from Johnny's channel, and then I just started to go crazy and just looked for all these different channels that I felt kind of spoke to my interests. So, yeah. So, Johnny Keene, thank you, man. It's good times. Uh, and prompt number 2, a booktuber you just started watching. So, where did I find out about, I think I might have, I can't remember how I found out about this booktuber, but I'm so glad I did. Or maybe he commented on one of my videos, but Tom, LA Books. That's the channel name, Tom LA Books. Please check him out. I'm going to be listing everyone below. Please check out their channels, subscribe. But Tom is he's very new. He's let's see, I think he started about, I have it up here right now, about a month ago or so. But he looks at Italian literature in particular. He's got some videos on Dante, on the Inferno. He's covering the cantos in English right now. A great video on the leopard, but by a name like Lampedusa. So I know I can learn a lot from Tom, because I'm trying to branch out in my literary, readings, and so. Tom, he's brand new. I'm still trying to take in all of his videos, but the few that I've watched, I like him. You're great, Tom. So yeah, Tom at LA Books. Check him out, especially if you're really into classic literature, especially with like an Italian bent. Um, oh, number 3, a booktuber you became friends with. Oh, that's easy. So I became friends with John David, and John David has been doing BookTube for about 7 years, according to his own story. Um, and he's very diligent about putting about a video up about once every week, but he makes sure that he does a video or a review for every book that he reads. Sometimes he gets a little backlogged, but he always makes it up, and he's been putting out several lately that are just fantastic, and his reviews are well thought out. They're very, very intelligent, and yeah, you can tell he spent some time on it, really, thinking it through, and but we became friends, and we've done a buddy read or two. We chat on Voxer, and John David is great, and he reads both, well, mostly nonfiction, history. I know he's into like intellectual history, philosophy. Um, Correct me in the comments below, John, if I'm forgetting anything, but classic literature, I know I think he finished the Trollope book that we started, which I still need to finish, the Way We Live Now. So he reads like the classics and history, again, philosophy. He likes to read the heavy, deep stuff, and I dig that. So John David and I became friends, but I know that I've made a lot of friends on BookTube, and not to exclude anyone at all, I just had to mention someone I particularly have, created a bond with, and so I really value the friendship that we've created. Thank you, BookTube, for making it happen. Number 4, a BookTuber you get most of your book recommendations from. Well, I've been on BookTube a little over a year. I started in September of 2019. And some people come and go. Some people come and go and then come again and then leave again. So a couple of these folks, either they've kind of gone dormant or they've left again. But, for a long time I was getting a lot of my book recommendations from Jason Harrigan's channel, which then became Byways and Bookland. And Jason, if you're watching, love you and I miss you. And I can also say that Jason Harrigan became a friend through BookTube, and I need to email you. I gotta see how you're doing. He lives in Ireland, and Martine and Jason, definitely have struck a chord there with their Irish their greetings and our plans to hopefully someday go visit. But yeah, Jason Harrigan, I got a lot of book recommendations from him, and I hope you come back at some point. But anyway, look for an email from me soon, Jason. And let's see, then David Murphy. We share a lot of interest when it comes to history, and he's a big World War II reader, and sometimes he'd pick up these books and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to get that one, or and I think David Murphy's kind of, he's been really busy lately, I think. So I can say, Byways and Bookland and David Murphy there for a while were definitely book recommendations. But another booktuber I definitely get book recommendations from, and they are of the very challenging but very rewarding sort, is Andrew B. So I will link his channel below. Please check him out. I know I've mentioned him before, but Andrew is, he posts when he has something to say. He puts up a video when he has a book that's already been read, digested, thought about, and then comes at you with just an atom bomb of like reaction and wisdom and insights that it's just like, just blows my hair back. You know what I'm saying? He did a series, almost want to call it a takedown, but of Robert Caro's biography, the series on Lyndon Johnson, that was highly entertaining and enlightening. He had some really keen insights into Caro's work. And then he recently did a series on Friedrich Engels' The Conditions of the Working Class in England. And that was just astounding. He's done a lot of different like one-off videos. I think he covered a book about the Pilgrims. And his most recent video was just a wonderful service to the community, letting everyone know about Liberty Fund books and just how wonderful they are and affordable they are, which are, you know, reprints of classic works of politics, history, economics, law. And I have a vast Liberty Fund collection going, and I still need to do a video to show you. I mean, we're talking a haul to rule all hauls, because I was able to stack coupons before Liberty Fund was aware of it. I thought it was okay. I had 3 codes and on their new website, and I just inserted all 3 just to see what happens, because, you know, at some places you can do that. I think at Kohl's for one, right? And sure enough, I ended up getting 80% off my cart. A day and a half later, I went to go see if I could do that again, and they had fixed it. Well, hey, and they honored it, though. They were like, well, damn, our website we didn't have this coding thing fixed so that you can only put in 1 coupon code at a time. Oh, man. That's how I roll. I see opportunity and I go for it. So anyway, but I amassed a ton of Liberty Fund books, mostly paperback. But thanks to Andrew B., now I know that the hardcover sets are going away. So I do have 1 coupon code, which I can only obviously just use 1 now, but thinking I might get a hardcover set of the Nolenberg's Origins and the Growth of the American Revolution. So thank you, Andrew B., whom I have begun calling myself Professor B. I hope you don't mind, Andrew, but whenever I see a new video, I'm like, Professor B, he's got a new video out. I learned so much from your discourses and and I love seeing that wall. The bookcase behind you is just a thing to behold. Anyway, you guys go show some love at Andrew B's channel, but more than that, more than just subscribing, please just watch his videos and listen, and because you could learn so much, seriously. So I get a lot of book recommendations from Andrew B as well. Okay, so question 5, a booktuber or a prompt? A booktuber you watch who reads a genre you don't. Well, this is funny. I was mentioned in another booktuber's this tag under this same question. He mentioned me, so actually I'm going to mention him now, but that's Noah at Everyone Who Reads It Must Converse. I started watching him as soon as he started up his channel. I followed him everywhere, Instagram, you know, whatnot, but he definitely reads a genre I don't, and he mentioned me because I read history. So he mentioned me, and he called me the Hall Queen, which I guess I'm, you know, becoming that. I've just been buying a lot of books lately, or have a lot of, you know, a lot sent to me. But yeah. So I can learn a lot from Noah as far as, like, I think maybe experimental fiction. I really found his collection of the Zohar books, or the Zohar texts, very fascinating, and even more fascinating that I'm like, I never heard of this before, and then, you know, Noah just hearing about his fascination with it. I just love hearing about other people's passions. So yeah, I love watching Noah because he's just a delight. and I like to see what he's reading. It may not be something I'll pick up, but just hearing him talk about it or his description, I feel like I'm kind of in the know a little bit more than I would be otherwise. So Noah, you're the man. Uh, Love your stuff, brother. You're just doing great, great content, and I know that you're a rock star amongst the booktube community. People love you. I love you. So hey, man. So I'm throwing it right back at you. You're my number 5 answer on this prompt, or on this tag. So anyway, okay, so number 6, a booktuber whose videos make you happy. Well, a lot of you guys make me happy, so it's not like I can really just, pick one. But this gal pops to mind, and I'm going to say Summer at Cozy Reading with Quaker Cats. Just the name alone makes you happy, doesn't it? I mean, come on. Cozy Reading with Quaker Cats. I envision like a fireplace with a rocking chair and a blanket and a cup of, cocoa or tea or something, and then there's the cat, and so Cozy Reading with Quaker Cats with a book right there. So, anyway, I really have enjoyed her channel. As soon as I see a new video up by her, I play it. Love seeing the cats. We got Randall, Mayfair. Is it Sylvie? I think is the other, or Sylvia? I think I got most of them. But, oh, and Finn Church, right? That's the other. So, I will list her channel below. She reads everything, pretty much. And she's like me. She acquires more books, or books faster than she could read them. But you know what? She's not apologetic about it. And you know what? Neither should I be. I love books, and I will get around to reading all of them. She reads fiction. She reads a lot, some really cool, like, nonfiction. She thinks she was reading a book about, like, wolves recently. And we're going to do a buddy read next year. I think I mentioned this in my last video. But anyway, yeah, I find her, her approach to reading refreshing. It's like no pressure reading, and it reminds me, Peg, remember to do this for the joy of reading and discovery. And so thank you, Summer, for that. I appreciate you just reminding me of why we're here and why we're doing this. It's not to meet your Goodreads goals and your book goals and all this kind of stuff. It's to really just have discussions with each other, get great recommendations from each other, and just, talk about the joy of reading, the passion that we all share for it, which is so important. So her channel makes me happy. Let's see here. Number 7, a booktuber you'd love to do a buddy read with. Well, I don't know why I haven't done one yet with this person, and it's the same person who tagged me for this tag. But Bill Ruttenberg, buddy, you are my history reading, spirit brother. So we need to do a buddy read together. Am I right? I mean, come on. And there's not a lot of people who focus so much on history as we do. So, and I mean, your bookcases, I mean, I can like look behind you and I'm like, I got that one, I got that one, I got that one, I got that one. And so, I mean, we should be doing a buddy read together. So, let's talk about it. Let's try to make it happen sometime in 2021, if you're up for it. Us history nerds, we need to stick together, and Bill Ruttenberg, he's a history teacher, so it just makes sense that we're just comparing notes. And I know that Bill, he's always adding to his TBR, he says, from my videos, but I can tell you what, you are adding to mine, especially when it came to when I saw that you have acquired some of the Alan Nevins books on the Ordeal of the Union, which I think Steve Donahue just talked about in the other tag, which I'm going to do next, the Yola Boca Flod. I love saying that tag. But anyway, I had tried getting that series in hardcover as a young girl, and was never able to find it. And now they're out in paperbacks. So I'm gonna hunt them down. But hey, man, if you want to like start reading that series with me, or we could pick out another book, but let's do it. So yeah, you know, if you guys out there, there's other, if you love history and you've only coming to my channel, or you're looking for other history channels and you haven't gone to Bill Ruttenberg's channel and subscribed, you got to do it now, because I'll put his info below. He's got great stuff. He also reads fiction, um, and he makes me want to read James Michener all over again. And so, anyway, I love his channel. He's a great guy. Just a very sweet person, and just a treasure for BookTube fans all around. I think a lot of people would enjoy his channel. Let's see. Number 8, a BookTuber with under 1,000 subscribers that you love. Well, you know what? I just feel like any one of the folks I've mentioned, yeah, I'm gonna go with. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Cozy Reading with Quaker Cats. She just recently hit her 200 subscribers. I know she's above that now, but I would name her channel, and I would also name Bill Ruttenberg's channel. I know I'm only supposed to say give one answer, but you know, there's a lot of great BookTube channels that are under 1,000 subscribers, that are under 500, and they really deserve a wider viewership, I think, because they have a lot of great content and great personalities. And then a BookTuber with over 1,000 subscribers that you love. Well, I'm going to go with a BookTuber whom I've had a buddy read with, and so I've had, you know, connection outside of the channel with, through Voxer and doing buddy read, and that is A Cruel Reader's Thesis. But before, and he had changed his name. Before, his channel was totally pretentious. That is Lukash. So I know many of you know, many, everyone knows who Lukash is. So, and he is over 1,000 subscribers, and looking forward to hopefully doing another read along with you next year. Lukash, I know you're going to be off of your buying freeze. You were doing a reading of one's own or this year. So you know, props to you for being able to do that. Hopefully you've saved a mint of money by not buying any books for an entire year. I don't know if I could do that. I've even been challenged personally, like, I'm like, Peggy, what? You should really give up something for Lent, you know. In the past, I've done sweets or baked goods, things that are like really, you know. And they're like, no, I'm able to do that okay. Like, what would be a real sacrifice? Because that's what it's all about. You really need to sacrifice. You got to suffer. And that would be not being able to buy books for the entire, you know, Lenten season. So it's a struggle. The struggle is real. But you know what? I might make that happen this, you know, next Easter for Lent. I think I might really put myself to the test, as it were. But anyway, yeah, Cruel Reader's Thesis. It's a great new channel name. Again, I'm listing everyone below. Please check them out if you haven't already. They are wonderful booktubers. I think you'll enjoy their content greatly. Thanks again to Bill Ruttenberg for tagging me. This was a lot of fun. I love talking about other booktubers and just the stories that we have and share of how we've come to know you or each other. But anyway, now I'm getting all awkward and beklempt. So number 10 is Who Do You Tag? You know, I did a quick search to see who out there has already done it. So I know that a couple of you I was going to tag have already done it. So, you know, I'm just going to cross my fingers on this. I'm going to say a few names here. I don't expect you to do it if you don't want to, but I'll mostly name people I've already named. So, Professor B, Andrew B, I know you don't really do book tags, and I get it, man. I totally get it. I thought this one might be fitting for you because I'd like to know who you watch. I mean, are there other booktubers out there that I'm not aware of? So I really just kind of want to know, I want to see your networks, man. I really want to kind of peek behind the curtain, as it were, and see if there are booktuber channels that you really follow diligently, and I'd like to be introduced to them. So if you'd like to, if you have some answers you'd like to share with that, I tag you, Andrew B. I tag Tom at LA Books if you would like to as well. I know you're new to the BookTube world, but I would love to know who else you're following. Let's see. I haven't seen Spinelli Speaks. My friend Danny at Spinelli Speaks. I don't think you've done this one, Danny, but tell me if you have. Again, I'm just trying to broaden my reach and network, and I'm trying to pick people who also read different things so that I can see who you watch, and maybe that'll introduce me to more. So I tag Spinelli Speaks. Excuse me. And then, of course, let's see, I tag John David. I'd love to know who your favorite booktubers are, and just I think these are really, really nuanced questions. I'd like to know who makes you happy on BookTube. I'd like to know where you get your book recommendations from as well. So I tag John David. Let's see. And I don't know. I think she might have already done it. Yeah, I think Cozy's already done it. Johnny Keene, I don't know if you've done it. And I don't know, I don't think you like doing tags, but I'm gonna say your name anyway. Okay? So there you have it. It is the BookTubers Favorites Tag. I will link everyone below. Please check them out. Give them your support. And thanks again for the tag, Bill. And until next time, BookTube, ciao.